Right. Today, I'm going to be on something a little bit different. Yes, I am. Oh boy, yes, I am. So, push that. Light goes green. Push that. Ta-da! Bike comes on. Kickstand up. Just sitting here, bike's very well balanced. You can tell it's heavy. It's a lovely big old bike. Mirrors, fine, cool, beautiful. Got an ABS light on, fuel light, engine light, oil light, all that kind of stuff. I've been assured that the bike is in good condition, of course. So to start her up, clutch in. Oh yes. Oh. So, shall we? So there is obviously a lot which you're not going to get from being on this bike for an hour. I would obviously recommend you have a look at a few YouTube channels, see what people think of the bike, owners' reviews, all that kind of good stuff. I'm just simply here to ride it, so if you're expecting like a super detailed review, I do apologise, but I am here simply to give my impressions on this magnificent beast, because that is all I can do. That's all I feel like I'm qualified to do. Oh, right. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Words. What is there to say about this? Ew, she's a big girl. That she is. I have been dying to try one of these bikes for, well, since they got announced, really. Ooh, bad gear change there. I'm not used to shaft drives, I will say that much, but I am very intrigued as to what this bike can do. Of course I am. It's 2,500 or just short cc's, 2.5 litre engine, and from some of the information I found already, with the shaft drives, you see, because it is a shaft, it spins. Triumph implemented a lovely little system, self-cancelling indicators as well, but I'm in the habit of cancelling them myself, where when you give the bike a rev, the entire bike jerks ever so slightly to the left. So what they've done, the spinning motion is actually reversed. So when it gets applied, it spins one way, but in the mechanism it spins the other way. So it sort of cancels out a lot of that pull. You still get that feeling, but it's yeah, it's all there. It's different, and it's a nice little engineering touch. I will say that the finish on this bike looks absolutely stunning. I love the brushed aluminum, if you're across the seas, but I have seen from one or two videos that the finish does tend to tarnish, perhaps a little bit quickly. Now I will say this is actually my second ride on this magnificent beast in this, I mean, it's Watford, isn't it? So the last time I came out here with Rhythmic, he rode this bike, had a whale of a time, and then by the time I got on it, it was dark, it was miserable, and there wasn't a lot to say for either my riding or the bike itself. Suspension, yeah, that's about as much as I'd expect out of that. So I've been told there's not a massive amount of travel on the suspension for this bike. However, after coming off the Harley Sportster S, I would assume it would perform a bit better on the comfort side, and so far so bloody magnificently good. I feel absolutely cozy on this. So one quip I do have, aside from the finish of this bike, now the bike looks stunning aesthetically. She looks absolutely phenomenal. Those exhaust pipes are a work of art, but as with a lot of these bikes with the open mudguard sort of thing at the back, if you do ride this in the wet, I've been told that it will throw up a lot of muck. If not over the rider, then it goes all over the rear swing arm, and it's just ooh, so dirty from there. So you must love cleaning your bike. You must love it. She's a big girl, and she wants a lot of attention, not only while you're on the bike, but also off the bike as well. Make sure you clean her and look after her, maintain her properly. mean, it's a 20 grand bike, I'm not sure why you wouldn't in the first place. Unless you've got someone to do it for you. There's an idea. So while I'm on the bike here, there's a lovely purr, there's a lovely rumble, and when you come off the throttle, actually, let me just there's this lovely little blip 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 blip. Let me lift the visor real quick. Try again. Blip 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 blip. You hear that? That is a lovely little poppy sound. Now, as nice as that is, if you want a quiet-ish bike, then fine, that's fine. But I can imagine there's a lot of people out there who want something a little bit louder. It's a motorcycle after all, isn't it? Of course, there's always the loud pipe save lives thing. I myself have an average exhaust pipe when it comes to decibels and that kind of thing, but on this it's nice and civilized. The seating position which I'm in as well is quite comfortable. I think I would prefer the GT. This is the R, and the GT just has the pegs forward a little bit more comfortable. I think I would find it, but at the moment I do feel a little bit leaned forward, a bit attack position, sportier. So while we're stuck behind someone who wants to do 40 miles an hour, let me just gently give her some sways. There we go. Feel the weight of the bike. She is very, very big. That is... You know you're throwing a heavy machine around. That's all I can say. The steering, I find, is very heavy. The impact of the bike when you start swinging her around like this, it's not a simple case of just flick and then you're off. You really have to... especially when you're newer on this bike like I am at the moment, you really have to consider, like, where is that weight going? Where am I going to throw the bike? Which direction do I want to go? So what made me abandon the first video on this bike, not only was it dark and the traffic was horrendous, but I did find that this bike is okay in stop-start traffic. Now, it's a Triumph, and from what Rhythmix told me, his Triumph as well, they do run very hot when the traffic is not moving. And so when we were coming up here and it's just, 10 miles an hour, stop, start, over and over again, it's the engine started warming up a fair bit, which was nice, kept me nice and toasty, but at the same time I'm not sure how long the bike could tolerate that kind of traffic. Alright, tunnel test. Visor up. Ooh, that's spicy. That is... I didn't expect that much noise coming off this bike. She is very quiet for an exhaust note, but ooh, a little bit of a rumble there and a slightly high gear coming in, but that's fine. It's okay. We got through it together. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'll look after you. There is a weird sense of power coming off this bike, and depending on your mindset, I suppose, it could be a bit narcissistic of me. Knowing that you've got a 2.5 litre engine between your legs and you've got a very lightweight vehicle it's attached to, and you see all these car drivers around you and you think, I'm on a motorcycle and my engine is quite the beast. Is it larger than yours? Is it larger than most of your engines? Who knows? Let me just chuck it into fourth. Bit of space behind us, bit of space in front of us. Microphone's going to hate me for this. Oh, my giddy arm. That is... Oh, I would love to do a 0 to 60 on this. Alright. Yeah, that lovely little blub, 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 blub. Okay, right, second gear. Okay, I'll just get round this corner first. There we go. Oh, jeez! Oh, I nearly let go of the bloody handlebars there. Oh! Oh, that is spooky! Alright, so now we've come to a complete stop. There we are. Cool. Just gonna see how this bike handles. Just got a slight downhill bit here, bit of a blip in the curb. There we go. Just easing her backwards. Oh, hello. A little bit higher than I thought, this bike, but yeah, nice little motion. That's very easy to do. Okay, alright. Easy enough. So moving this bike around under your own power, not too hard. I wouldn't want to try and reverse this up a small gradient, that is for sure. Bump, 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 bump. So this is a nice little area I like to test the low speeds of this bike at my own pace. So just around that sign there. Oh, hello. It's alright, I'm on a motorcycle. We can both fit. There we go. Bump again. Boop, 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 boop. Lovely left bend here. There's a beautiful sharp right coming up as well. Let's swing around to the left. Throw in there. Oh yes. Oh yes. Because this bike is quite so weighty, there is a sense, there's a reaction. My body's saying, yeah, I'm not sure about that corner, I'm not sure about it, but you just have a little bit of confidence, throw in, and the bike just takes you through. You're not fighting it too much, you're just saying, I want to go this way, throw it into the corner, and she delivers. Beautiful. Alright, so we've come up to the dreaded traffic lights, not just because they're lights, but it also signifies, it also signals the end of the ride for me. So final thoughts on this bike. My gosh, how do you even summarize a bike like this with all of its bloody insanity, all of its power, all of its just quiet aggression, I want to say. I've not been able to absolutely floor her, but I will give her a quick blip when we get onto the straight road here, if I don't balls up my gear changes. Over the drain, there we are. Oh, that is something silly. Triumph, what have you done? You've created a monster. And you've also created a nice bike. Okay, yeah. In all seriousness though, colour me impressed, colour me extremely gleeful. I have loved the opportunity to ride this bike, not only just ride it, but actually come back here a second time while it's actually daylight. And Triumph of North London in Watford, you have been magnificent, both in a service and also just allowing me to ride this incomprehensible beast. I'm not even going to attempt to back her into that gap over there, because I'll let the guys at the dealership do that. I have more confidence in their capability to move this bike than my own. Off we go. I didn't even change the mode, did I? Bloody hell. I only kept her in road mode. Oh well. I had bloody fun, that's for sure. I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. I am gobsmacked. I am... yeah, you name it. You bloody name it. I just cannot compute the madness of this bike. I would have to live with this for a good week or two or a month, a year, to be able to, I think, fully appreciate how bonkers that is.